All right, final player today will be Dedrick Mills, and we will open up here Brian Christopherson.
Hey, Dedrick. Could you take me back to kind of how you suffered the injury and then what it was like kind of grinding your way back, from it the last few weeks?
I just know like that first drive against Penn State, somebody like I got hit by one person and another person kind of stood me. One person stood me up and another person came and hit me on the side of my leg, and I just felt like a little pop in my knee, and I just knew I finished the drive. I knew I could finish the drive and make a few more plays, but I just knew if I would have kept going the rest of that game, probably wouldn't have been able to play the rest of the season. So me being smart, took a chance and just told coach, I feel confident in the younger guys. I mean, you can put either one of them, Marvin, Ramir, or Ronald in. I feel like the game would still be the same. So I mean, that's what happened, and the young guys got in and did what they're supposed to do.
You had to getting your first touch on the 1 yard line for a touchdown.
Oh yeah, that was just the warm up. That was the warm up. So it's just for me to go out there and see how I really felt during the game, how you feel to get hit because I ain't got hit in 2-3 weeks, since that Penn State game. So it's just like and it's just kind of been like an up and down for the past 2 weeks with my knees. So it's like I wanted to go against Iowa, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna just wait, give it one more week, and then came back out this week. I felt a whole lot more confident with my knee and stuff like that. So I mean, it came out and I showed it.
Thank you.
Jake Bartecki, Karen, you?
Dedrick, it's been kind of a strange year, and being a senior, how hard was it for you mentally to miss a few games in a season where there's only 8 regular season games? And then just how do you think you played on Saturday? I mean, the offense looked a lot better with kind of having a designated running back.
I mean, it was hard at the beginning to miss a few games, but at the same time, you like Adrian said, like when he got bumped from being the starter, it's just like you gotta have that faith and that confidence in your team that everybody still believe in you, everybody still love you, everybody still family to you. You know what I mean? And just knowing that you got people on that cheering you on, supporting you, they got your back through through the whole situation is just like it just motivated me to hurry up, like just to go to get treatment, go to the training room every day just to get my knee taken care of so I can hurry up and get back on the field because I know they miss me, I miss them too. Like I mean it's just they my boys, just like my brothers, so when one missing, everybody feel for one person, feel for that person, so then that's why everybody take it. This game this past weekend, we lost Miles, so that we got a few more teammates that's out there that we need, you know what I mean, and not having them, that give us another motivation and another booster to go out and just play the game a different way at a higher level.
Eric Peterson, Hale Varsity.
Hey, Dedrick, this is kind of a common sense question, but I'm just curious what your take on it is. What does it take to be good in pass pro or good as a lead blocker from the running back spot?
Just pretty much perfecting your technique every day at practice, which we do pass protection like at least. I know we do it every day of the week. Either when we got pass or don't have pass, we hitting the bag or hitting a few of the linebackers, So just working on that so much pretty much at least 3-4 times a week. Just help us in the game, and it's all about how you do it. Don't launch too much, don't lean too much. It's just have that perfect squat position, so you can be ready to lift power clean the guy when he comes through the hole.
Do you think it's more important to be physically able to take on a Big Ten linebacker or mentally willing to go hit a guy?
No, it's just more mental. You know what I mean? You gotta. Some people can look the part. You know what I mean? And I look good. I look good compared to a lot of linebackers. Like I match up with them, but you know what I mean? It's just all about that mental thing with your heart. You know what I mean? You got enough heart to go and lay a hat to this guy to help your teammates out. You know what I mean? And that's just me. I mean, I'm willing to do anything, lay it all on the line for my teammates every play.
Omaha World Herald, Evan Bland.
Hey, Dedrick, Matt was up here earlier talking about how, this team has maybe had to learn a lesson as far as how to respond to a win as opposed to a loss. I know you guys haven't strung a ton of wins together the last couple of years. What do you think that lesson was that you had to learn maybe coming off that Penn State win about learning how to respond to a win?
I mean, it's just all about like I said, like Matt and Decap said, you know, just all about that mental preparedness, that awareness of that we just won, but you know, we still got more games left. You feel me? We just can't get the high head off this one game and think the rest of the season over, because it's not. You know what I mean? We got more games ahead. So like Matt said, we gotta always look at, have fun. It's just this one day. Yeah, we got the win. Like Saturday, everybody had fun, but everybody was back serious yesterday morning. You know what I mean? By the time we woke back up, everybody was ready. It was more people here to training room and getting more treatment. You know, people getting lifts in and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You don't really see too much because people be sore the next day, but it's just all about that preparation of how bad do you want it. You know what I mean? How bad do you want your team to be successful? So it's just like, I mean, it's just not. I mean, like I don't know. Like it just wasn't that. To me, it shouldn't be that hard. But you know what I mean? Some people just ride off a win. You know, and we can't do that. We just got to stay humble.
Was that different after the Penn State win? Did you feel like?
Yeah, I mean, it was different, but now after this win yesterday, everybody's still humble. Everybody ready to go play Minnesota this week. I mean, we ready to go cap off what we did this past weekend and come back this weekend and do the same thing.
KLKN, Andrew Ward.
Hey, Dedrick, you've been very vocal about, just what this opportunity to come back and play in Nebraska has been for you. Have you thought about all, and I know there's a lot of questions still up in the air about if this will indeed be your final game at Memorial Stadium, but have you thought at all about what that moment's going to be like when you step off the field for the final time?
Not necessarily, because I'm not really even focused on that right now. I'm really just focused on this Minnesota game, this other game that we got after the Minnesota game, and then potentially the bowl game. So I mean, I'll know at the end of these games, and then right now I just can't. I'm not even worried about that right now, because like Cap said, it might make me cry. So it's just a sad situation coming up ahead of us. So.
Two or three more here, quick ones. Mitch Sherman, The Athletic.
Hey, Dedrick, I was going to ask you about senior day too, but I won't since you just talked about it. What about? I know you were hurt, you weren't practicing, but if you can go back to that week after the Penn State game a few weeks ago and before Illinois, there was a lot of talk after the Illinois game about how that was not a good week of practice. Do you have to guard against that this week, or what do you do to avoid something similar?
No, I don't feel like we have to worry about that this week. I feel like all the guys know and know. I mean, they know what we got going ahead and what they got to deal with and what we got to put on the field, what we got to do every day at practice. And that's come out every day and practice like we playing in the game. You know what I mean? And I can honestly say like that probably that Illinois week. Everybody didn't prepare the right way that week. Everybody was still riding off their win. So I mean, and you saw it at practice. And today, I mean, with me being back, I'd never let that had never happened again. As far as being a senior, you know what I mean. And I know the rest of the seniors like Decap and Fournier and Hymas and all us, like we beyond players now. You know what I mean. Like these past few weeks, it's been different. You know what I mean. It's been different at practice. Like everybody's been catching every ball, grinding every play. People been in the right positions, been in the right place they're supposed to be at the right time, and it just showed in the game Saturday.
Two more. Sam McEwen, World Herald.
Was there a conversation after the Illinois game about some of the things you're talking about, and who in that meeting, if there was one, got ticked off and set some of the younger players straight?
It wasn't no specific player, none of that. It's just, just everybody understanding, everybody upset after that game. You know what I mean? And everybody knew we shouldn't have lost to Illinois. We knew we shouldn't have lost to Illinois. And it's just everybody upset from even having the fact that they come here and beat us in our house and then, enjoy their ride back home, which was never supposed to happen and left us side. So, I mean, they don't want to feel that again. So everybody made up in their own minds. You know, it's just we didn't need to talk. Everybody made up in their own minds, came back mentally ready for our game. Like, and then it started that week. Like, practice was great our week. You know what I mean? Our week game, and unfortunately, it didn't turn out the way we wanted to. But it just you had to keep building, which why we had the success this past weekend.
How proud are you of Adrian for, I mean, he was benched and now he's come back in the last 2 games. And how important do you think your guys' improved play has to do with him doing what he's done in the last 2 games?
I'm very proud of Adrian. I mean, Adrian, he been through a couple of tough, situations with the quarterback situation but he's like he said, he's a team player. I'm a team player. Whether we both either there or not, you know what I mean, or on the field or not. I mean, we just mentally there. We dare to support our teammates, cheer our boys on, whether we in the game or not. I mean, you just got to be that type of teammate, you know. So it's just like I'm very proud of him. And I'm very proud of the way he stood up to that challenge or that situation that he was going through, you know.
Finish up for Dedrick with Steve Sipple.
Hey, Dedrick, just kind of wrapping up the discussion. There's some teams, it seems like they're sort of limping to the finish line nationally. Listening to you and the other players, I get the feeling that's not the case with you guys. It sounds like a hungry team. Can you pinpoint why is Nebraska so hungry right now?
Man, we so hungry. I mean, we so hungry. We really hungry right now because we're trying to get the program back to where it's been. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody know Nebraska used to be one of the hardest teams to beat in America. You know, so it's just like now, it's just like we trying to get it back to that program. Everybody hungry to get it back to that program. Everybody just hungry and humble to become a Big Ten champion team. I mean, and also a national champion. So it's just like we just working hard trying to prove to everybody with it's just a lot of negative talk on Nebraska. So we want to prove everybody wrong. So it's just like we come out every day these past few weeks. We've been coming out every day these past few weeks, just going strong, going hard at practice. Like, even when you're not supposed to hit people, I mean, it still happens because that's what we want to see. That's what we want that to happen. I mean, you don't want to get hit, but it's gonna happen. I want them to hit us. You know what I mean? So we mentally prepare all week. Ready, look out for everything. I always have your head on the swivel. So it's just like that. Just come with the game.
Thank you, Dedrick.
All right, appreciate it, Dedrick.
Thank you.
Thank you. We will have Coach Frost here in about 20 minutes. We'll have a break till then.